Hey guys, what is going on? So welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another deck profile for you. So it's a 60 cards Paleo deck that I've put together and I thought I'd share it. I've been playing it quite a bit online and it's been like so fun to play. Surprisingly consistent as well and just really fun in general. So Paleo is like a really good trap deck that's been played the last 2 or 3 years. This list was inspired off one of the OCG WCQs back last year, and I spotted it online at the time, and then it was in the back of my mind. But during like quarantine lockdown, I've had loads of time to experiment with different decks, and as most people know at locals, I love playing trap decks, and obviously I've always looked at Paleo. So yeah, I put together this 60 card deck list as you can see in front of me. So it consists of 3 Impermanents, 3 Ash, and 3 Phantasme for the hand traps. Phantasme I wanted to play in the side deck, but I didn't really have much room, so I thought I'd main deck him, and he's really good against Rogue as well. We have the standard Frog lineup with the 3 Swap Frog, 3 Dupe, and 2 Rodent Toad. And then we have the 3 Lilith, because it offers utility for the Paleo engine, and it also offers utility for our trap cards. We play 3 Desires, so Desires is amazing in this deck, it's so good. Plus we're playing 60, so it's less risk of us banishing our key engine cards. So Desires literally says draw 2 in this deck, which is really good. We play 3 Mystic Mine and a Metaverse. It's a sort of like a sub-win-con. I mean, you can drop Mystic Mine a lot of decks these days and just get a free win by deck out. They're not necessarily to deck them out, but we can play Undermine due to just get the advantage Toad gives us. Totally awesome that is. So yeah, 3 Trap Trick. So Trap Trick is amazing because it gives us utility to our engine. It's like Lilith, but it's just not a monster. Its drawback isn't too bad because you want to make sure it's the last trap you activate. But yeah, Trap Trick is amazing in this deck. For the Paleo engine, we play 3 Morella, 3 of the MST, 3 Dynamiscus, and 3 of the Book of Moon. We also play 2 of the I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but is basically the card on the right of Canadia. It basically lets us recycle our engine. We only play 2 of because it's not a necessity, but it's good in the grind game and it gives us more utility for our engine. Also, it's another Paleo engrave that we can get out to go into Toad. Play 3 Lost Wind because Lost Wind is a really underrated trap card. We also play 2 Compulse, so we only play 2 Compulse because it's not that good this format. I think going back in like Thunder Dragon and Orcus format is really strong, but I don't think that it's that strong in this format, so that's why we play it too. We play it in the deck because it's really good at Rogue, so I like having the option to play it, especially with Lilith and Trap Trick, which is options to get into that card. So yeah, 2 Compulse and then 2 Reckless Greed. So Reckless Greed is just a bit of a draw power that, say if we don't see Desires, we can always see Reckless Greed due to utility of Lilith and Trap Trick. So that's why we played Reckless Greed here. 3 Judgment, which I think is quite important to main this format, especially with Harpy's Feather Duster. And then we played Imperial Order, another counter to Harpy's Feather Duster and Twin Twister, and it's also a good win button against certain decks. And then, in my opinion, 2 of the best trap cards in the game. We play the Ice Dragon's Prison and the Dogmatica Punishment. Punishment is a bit of a pain, especially if you want to follow up and go into Toad the next turn. It gives you a limitation where you can't do that. However, it's so strong. Simply having the 2-for-1 effect is strong, and we have the option to get into it super quick with Lilith and Trap Trick. So that is the main deck. So 60 cards. Honestly, like, it's really fun to play, and it's really good at grinding. It can OTK, and it has the built-in negation with Toad. So Toad's recently come back off the list from limited to semi-limited, so it's really good to get that grind with Toad, so that's why we play it. So yeah, we're getting to the extra deck now. Okay, for the extra deck, we play both the Paleo XYZs. They're good utility to have, they're really easy to go into, and they're not bad if you don't have access to Toad, which in case they get banished or negated. So yeah, they're good utility to have. We also played 2 Mr. Boy. So Mr. Boy is actually really good for the OTK, and it gives us recursion when it's sent to graveyard. We also play Phoenix and Unicorn for more utility. Then of course Access Code Talker, because it gives us a win button, along with Borrow Sword. It's really easy to Borrow Sword deck. We also play the Lambda and the Needle Fiber. We don't need to go into these, but they are generic link 2s. We also play 2 Entis and 1 Omega. So these are our targets of Dogmatic Punishment. So Entis gives us the 2-for-1 pop option, and then Omega gives us resource management and lets us recur back our Paleos. Also for the side deck, we play 3 goes a match and 3 Summer Limit. We want to side these in going first, because the most, well, if goes in's good in the matchup, we normally do side it in. But these are the best floodgates the deck can play, and we play 6 copies because we play 60 cards. We want to optimize our chances of seeing one. And then we play 3 evenly matched and then 3 heavy storm duster, which can be set off Lilith and Trap Trick. And then we play Nibiru. So Nibiru can be side deck, main decked, but we play Phantasmate to give more utility to fix our hands and to draw into the side deck cards. So yeah, we'll get onto the deck profile from the Asian Championship, which this was inspired from. I think the link, or the source, is from Road to the King. So yeah, we'll check that deck profile out now. Okay, so this is the deck profile that I inspired this list off. It was the first place in the Asian Championships, which I believe was the Singapore WCQ. So this is a deck list, so it's quite similar to mine, with a few minor exceptions. Obviously they had Cards of Demise legal at the time. I'm going to ignore Maxi, but yeah, they had Cards of Demise legal at the time, which was huge for this deck. I'd love to see Cards of Demise back, but I think it's a bit too broken in my opinion. They also played the 2 Mystic Mine. We played the 3. Also Metaverse was at 3 for this tournament, which is crazy. I know Mystic Mine Burn came top 4, 4th place in this tournament, so that was huge. So having obviously the win button to just Mystic Mine your opponent is huge. They also main deck evenly match, which is quite interesting. I think the hand traps are quite similar. Also with the Lost Wind, the 3 Solemn Warning as well, which is really interesting. Extra deck is similar. They also play the Marincess Link 2, which is quite good. That can be added certainly, along with Avramax, that can be added as well. And for the side deck, 3 Pangotrops was legal at the time, and then yeah, the rest is similar. You could probably put Inspector Border in my deck actually, especially in the main deck. Yeah, this is the list, and he won the event actually quite flawlessly. I know there's a couple of footage on Beyond the Duel, so check those guys out on YouTube. They're like an OCG sort of vloggers. They do event vlogs and do coverage of events as well. So yeah, they covered one of the feature matches, I think it was the top 8, where this deck played against Salamangreat, and if you watch the match, it's really good. It's really back and forth match, really grindy, and the Paleo deck comes out on top, which you can see in front of me here is a Borrow Sword OTK, which is really strong because you can end on Toad and just Borrow Sword your opponent, and they can't like Nibiru it. I know Nibiru wasn't legal at the time, but like if you're playing like current format, a Toad obviously negates the effects, so having like the option to go Borrow Sword, and then with Toad you can keep Toad on board and then climb up to your links, and then you're protected by any sort of like negations, probably except like Solemn Judgment and Solemn Strikes, but they're quite rare in the format at the moment, so except if you're playing control. But yeah, really awesome deck, really fun. So yeah, this is only a quick video to showcase this deck that I've been testing. It's really fun, and it's surprisingly budget as well. I mean, obviously you're paying a bit more because you're playing the 60 cards, but most of the cards you play in your deck are quite staples anyway. So yeah, if you guys have the time, or if you compete in any tournaments online, feel free to build this deck as a template, as a skeleton, and let me know how you get on with it. It's really fun. Paleo's obviously a deck that everyone's familiar with. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you are new. Feel free to drop a like as well, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, goodbye.